Cardano down around 12% from its recent swing high, now making the move that we've been waiting for. What is up, everyone? Welcome to Crypto Capital Venture. It's another Cardano update, everybody. Hit that like button on the way and let's just jump into it. Let's just talk about what is going on right now. This is on the 6-hour chart. This is the break through the lower trend line of an ascending triangle, also a head and shoulders that we've been tracking. We're going to dig into this, but this isn't the move that we've been waiting for, right? We've been, if anything, wanting a move to the upside through the upper trend line. That didn't happen. The move we've been waiting for starts all the way back here, and this was actually from a video I did the other day. Take a quick look at this clip. Along that line, I think every step of the way, every hour, every day, whatever, however you're tracking this, you do want to be sure to be careful of just a throwback of some sort to these moving averages. This is crypto. Moving average throwback on the daily chart. So here's that daily chart now, $1.10 as I do this video, and we're just now pretty much meeting that green line. That is a 20-day moving average. This is good. And I know we wanted to see Cardano break to the upside, but at the end of the day, this is good because this is the thing we've been tracking is just the failure of Cardano for the last 6 to 7 months to the downside. It's the failure of Cardano at these two moving averages, the blue at 50-day moving average, the green at the 20-day moving average. And even a couple times, Cardano broke above those moving averages, and we got the retest that we're getting right now. And it just failed, right? So this was back in November 2021. This was back in December 2021. And then this swing high was back in January of 2022. And Cardano just kind of came back down and tested, which we were watching, but it failed to stay above those moving averages. In a bullish environment, in a true bullish reversal, and this is why I talked about this the other day in that video, in a true bullish reversal, we'll see Cardano see support at these moving averages. And it's likely that we're going to see Cardano test these moving averages at some point, right? So obviously for the last week or so, Cardano is kind of sideways, and that allowed the 20-day moving average to be pulled into it so that we didn't see such like a harsh just boom to the downside, similar to what we saw back here in January. It was very quick, right? It was just up quick, down quick. This time there was consolidation sideways, which is what's giving us this pattern that we've been tracking, these two patterns. But at the end of the day, the 20-day moving average, though it did get pulled up, is now being tested through this current daily candle that is happening right now. I want to say this. We're going to track the short-term technical analysis through those patterns that we were just talking about. But just remember, anywhere between the 20-day moving average, around $1.10, $1.09, $1.10, and the 50-day moving average, the 96-cent range, is kind of that throwback area for Cardano, meaning it could come back into this range, putting in a higher low, and then continuing to the upside. That's that bullish reversal confirmation that we'd want to see. If you kind of zoom out and you just look at Cardano over the years, you can see Cardano does this. It gets these throwbacks in uptrends to these moving averages. Boom. You see that? Very zoomed out on the chart right now, but pulled into the moving averages before up, pulled back down before up, pulled into it. Then we wait for confirmation right there. Unfortunately, didn't get it. And boom, all the way down here. So to the 200-day moving average in red. So zooming back in on the chart, just keep that in mind as we're about to zoom really into the chart on the 6-hour. That is to say, keep in mind that the 50-day moving average is below $1 right now. So there could be volatility in the short term, and we could still be in this macro bullish reversal. We just have to wait and track it, and we have to wait for bullish confirmation if we get a bounce in this general range of the 20-day to 50-day moving average. This is what we've been waiting for. This is at least what I've been waiting for. So let's kind of cruise over here to the 6-hour chart. This could really be the case for Cardano to kind of make its way down towards that 50-day moving average. The target to the downside out of this pattern is right around, I think it's, probably right around 98 cents or so. So remember that 50-day moving average all the way down there around 96 cents. where this 200 moving average is on the 6 hour. So uh, this is what we're watching, right? That target to downside, be prepared for. It's a scenario we don't want to see. Obviously, Cardano falling all the way back down, even testing $1. We don't want to see that. But in regards to what's happening here on the chart in the short term, there are two things going on. We have the ascending triangle we've talked about in the last video, and also the head and shoulders, right? Now, both are getting lower trendline breaks to the downside, but there's data here that we really need to prepare for. And that consists of data in regards to these patterns. This is the patternsite.com. This is Balkowski and his data. So, in regards to ascending triangles, he has throwback rates of 64%. So, 64% of the time, or I'm sorry, you know what? Ascending triangles, we want to analyze 63%. That is the pullback rate. So 63% of the time, we get pullbacks. At least he got pullbacks based on his data on a bunch of trades that he did, not in crypto, but just pattern trades, right? So a pullback would be pulling back into this upper or this lower trend line. 63% of the time, he's saying we get that, we see that. So be prepared for a scenario like that, especially in regards to what Bitcoin is doing right now. Bitcoin on its own 6 hour chart, testing a trend line in a throwback scenario to its upper trend line. If Bitcoin bounces here or even anywhere off of this apex to the upside, Cardano very likely could make its own move, pulling back to this lower trend line. And then we're back in this triangle, and we're kind of talking about it again as it gets very close to the apex. So be prepared for that to the upside. Also to the upside, head and shoulders, a pullback rate of 68%, meaning you get the break to the downside of a head and shoulders, and this is the neckline of the head and shoulders. Break to the downside 68% of the time, we can see a pullback as well to the lower trend line. So two cases where we can get a pullback on the short-term charts, and this is kind of what I'll be watching. I mean, maybe today, just kind of there's 3 hours, there's almost 4 hours left of the current 6 hour candle, and then we have one more 6 hour candle before this daily close. So I'd be very curious to see how these next two 6 hour candles do today in regards to post lower trendline breakout, right? So meaning will we have another drastic 6 hour to the downside, and then maybe we start trying to see a reversal pullback, or maybe right now, right, starts happening now. This is what I'll be watching today. It's why I kind of want to do an update video towards the beginning of the day. But this is what we're watching. We know the targets to the downside. At the end of the day, we know this is normal. We've been waiting for it. This is precisely why we've been waiting for it. It's exactly why I did the videos the other day talking about this exact scenario. This is what we want to see. But we want to see support at this area, whether it's now, a little bit more to the downside, and then that move to the upside, that longer term bullish move. This is what we want to see. So this pain that we're seeing on these red daily candles here, it's kind of part of that story. We just have to endure it. So hit that subscribe, hit that like. This is not financial advice. Should have said that earlier. This is just the data. I'm sharing it with you. I'm tracking it with you. And we'll see what happens today. Do an update video a little bit later if something crazy happens. Either way, have an awesome day. God bless.